Órale, Cholo Choclo, los tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas. All right, man. So a fight that really flew under the radar over the weekend was Felipe Gorvic against Joe Joyce. Felipe, nobody really knows who he is, but he has, he's had a couple of good fights. I mean, he did have a fight with Zilang Zhang, beat Zilang Zhang. He lost to Daniel Dubois last year, and this was his comeback fight. And I was just kind of like, Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is always a dangerous one, man. And they went in there. And by the way, I like Joe Joyce, the juggernaut. How he comes out like the juggernaut from X-Men. Um, it was a pretty good scrap. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good fight. Hergovic getting the victory on this one. Joe Joyce now on his fourth or fifth loss, somewhere around there. But I mean, the guy's a slinger, dog. The guy's a slinger. It's like it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he's still up for the fight. So I give it up to Joe Joyce. What did this fight really mean? Um, Not much. I don't think either one of these guys is really gonna go anywhere in the heavyweight division. Felipe Hegorovic, he doesn't even have 20 fights yet, but I think he probably has a little bit more of the promise. All that being said, nah, man, I just don't see it in him. I just don't. Now, maybe if things cool off a little bit, then maybe, but at the same time, he's already 31, 32, somewhere around there. So I know in the heavyweight division, you could just hang out till you're like 40 years old. So, I don't want to go ahead and punch it with a time clock on here because if he decides to hang around, he could just kind of wait a little bit and let some of these guys like Alexander Usyk, let him retire, let some of these other guys retire. And who knows, man? Maybe Felix Horgovic, maybe he can become champion. I don't think he'll ever be the guy, but he probably can be a champion. I don't really see a good fighter. I'm sorry, I don't really see a great fighter in him. I see a good, decent fighter in him, but nothing great, nothing special. But it was a good fight, man. I enjoyed it. What does it really mean for the time being? Not much. Just put two dudes in there and let them throw down. I don't think Philippe's really going anywhere in the near future. Joe Joyce, obviously, there's a step backwards, but in reality, Joe Joyce, I don't think it's really a step backwards or a step forward. I think he is where he belongs now. He's just pretty much going to be a gatekeeper. He's just going to be that guy now, where it's like, okay, I want to go ahead and test my heavyweight. Joe Joyce is going to be that guy, that tester. That's who Joe Joyce is now. Look, I could be wrong. Maybe one day he fights his way out of it. I doubt it. But if you want to test and somebody who's going to come forward, somebody who's going to bring it to you, Joe Joyce is that guy. So good news for him. It's not really a step backwards, but it's not really a step forward either. You just now are kind of solidified in this arena now where guys want to test themselves and they want a guy who's coming to fight. Your phone rings and they throw them in your arena. So I do think he's gonna have fights coming up. As far as Filip Igorovic, I mean, I don't know, man. This he's probably gonna just have more fights somewhere along the line like this. But yeah, you put him in there with any of the top dogs, I think they take it to him. But like I said, in the heavyweight division, he is somewhat still relatively young. So, but it was a good fight. I enjoyed it, and congratulations to Hrgovic, man. He got the victory, and rightfully so. There was no controversy. It was a good fight. I enjoyed it. Cholo Choclos, tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones, chingonas. Catch you guys on the next round.